Always great catching up with my next guest, the head striking coach at Fight Ready, Mr. Eddie Cha, who's, of course, helping Henry Cejudo get ready for his big fight against Song Yadong, UFC Seattle, February 22nd. Eddie, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good, James. How are you?
Doing great. Where am I getting you today? Did you just finish practice, or where am I getting you right now? By the way, the car, a veteran move. I like it. Nice and quiet, good lighting. So,
yeah, I'm at the gym right now. Just finished an amateur team, and it's so loud in there. We have kids' classes going on, so I'm in my car.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I appreciate the veteran move, nice and quiet. So that's awesome. Wanted to start first with Henry Cejudo. Obviously, a really big fight here in the main event of UFC Seattle. Like I mentioned, he has not fought since last February. He gets his fight with Song Yadong. What, obviously, you guys talk as a team. Why was now the right time for him to come back and take this fight?
I think he's dialed in. Not to talk too bad about the last camp, but he said he wanted less is more this camp. So we just kind of got dialed in. We only have a few coaches. We definitely have a team behind us for sparring partners and so forth. But we kept it really small this camp. And yeah, it's been great.
And I think it was a bit surprising because there was talk about him maybe moving down to flyweight. Was it just too good of an opportunity to, you couldn't not take advantage of this?
Yeah, we talked about it, but we got this fight instead. And so we're just focusing on Song. He's a super tough opponent.
Do you think, a move to flyweight could happen in the future? I guess it just depends fight to fight, right?
Yeah, we said we're not going to talk about the next fight until after this one is over. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. When did you guys find out about the fight? I think we found out maybe a month or two ago. Did you guys get more notice than when we all found out?
We did. We had a couple of names thrown at us, but we felt like it was Song, and so we kind of started preparing early, over 10 weeks ago, maybe 12 weeks ago.
That's cool. What were some of the? I don't know if you're allowed to say. Was there any other name? What were some of those other names that were in the mix? Do you know?
I'd rather not say.
It's a top secret. Fair enough. Got to do my job though. Got to dig. Got to ask.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Yeah, for sure. You must be excited to go to Seattle. Because they haven't been back there in a while. They got the new arena. This is going to be a lot of fun, I think, as far as a city to have a UFC event at.
I love Seattle. I have some friends there. The food is great. The people are great. I heard it's snowing over there, so we'll be looking to dress warm. But yeah, we're super excited. More importantly, I'm excited for Henry because the whole gym, there's a real buzz around it. Like Henry hates to lose, and he's lost 2 in a row, I think. And he's looking to get back on the winning track. He told me he wanted to stay active. He wanted to fight about three times this year, I think. So he's looking to get right back into it. We have another fighter on the card, Adam Fugit, and he moved out after his last fight from Oregon. So I'm super excited for him as well. He looks phenomenal.
Yeah, originally from Oregon, right? So a bit of a home game for him to a certain degree, right? Seattle's kind of close enough there, so that'll be good. You talked a little bit about Song there, but obviously quite the talent coming out of Team Alpha Male. Great striking. Stylistically, how are you looking this one? Is it a wrestler versus a striker, or is it more than that? Because obviously Henry can strike too. We saw that against TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah, it's a tough one, to be honest with you. I think we have to MMA him, not to give too much away, but Henry loves to strike if you haven't seen his last few fights. But I think we wouldn't be doing justice if we weren't going to wrestle either, So we're trying to use all his skill sets. And again, this fight, I just feel like we're going to turn back the clock. I know Father Time's always undefeated, but the dude is an athlete. He always tells me he's not the best fighter. He's the best competitor. He knows how to win. And I've never seen him train so hard, to be honest with you. So we have big expectations for him this fight.
Do you think Song has fought a wrestler like him before? He's been in there with guys that obviously can wrestle, but you look at Cejudo's pedigree, it's pretty elite in that regard.
I mean, I think Song has fought everybody. Kyler Phillips is phenomenal. Stan Hagen, Peter Yan, and he's fought who's a who's. I think Henry definitely has a little more experience in the 5-round fights. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy it's actually 5 rounds as opposed to 3 rounds, where he can actually use his cardio and just kind of consistently grind. But it's going to be a good fight. I can't say much without giving anything away, but there's really no surprises here. We're going to MMA him.
Who is Henry mainly working with as far as bodies in the gym for this fight?
We have a young big prospect, Jekka. He's a phenomenal striker. He's 3-0. Casey Tanner, he's going to be in the corner with us. He was a Contender Series kid. And Alatong Haley.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which he's friends with Song. I think they fought before too.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of guys. Junior Cortez. We're kind of mixing some of the guys in. We bring some heavier guys, some faster guys, some kickboxers, some boxers. Yeah, we're bringing in everybody.
Good mix there. When are you guys actually heading out there to Seattle? I mean, it's not that far away travel wise, but are you guys getting there like Tuesday, or what's sort of the itinerary, so to speak?
I think it's Tuesday. That's when all the domestic fights we usually go out, so it's not too far of a flight. I think we'll probably fly out Tuesday.
Okay, cool. And who's making the trip besides yourself? Who else will be in the corner for Henry?
It's me, Santino DeFranco, and Casey Tanner, and No Chance.
Okay, awesome. And I know you don't want to give anything away, don't want to give away the game plan, but how do you see the fight unfolding with him and Song?
I definitely think he's going to win. I always believe in my guys, and this fight especially, I feel very, very confident. Just the work ethic, Henry knows how to win, but for some reason, this camp has been a pleasure. I know Santino talked about it a lot. He said it's been the most pleasurable camp to work with. It's been fun. It's been a grind. It's been a long camp, which I think he's even more prepared. So it's hard to say. I mean, you never know with this game, but I think he's going to get a finish, and we'll see. But I'll be happy with just a win.
For sure. Yeah. Again, and especially adding in the fact, like you said, that people are kind of counting him out with the odds and all that. What do you make as well of, obviously Song's known for his striking and his power and all that. Henry's never been finished at 135, right? Like he's never been knocked out. So, obviously the plan, you never plan to go out there and get hit, but how much will that play into it too? Because maybe if Song can't get the finish, Henry's got that 5-round experience. He's got the pace that would certainly benefit him, I would think.
Yeah, he's got a granite chin. He's got so many ways he can win. He can be kind of like the Mariah's fight where he just presses forward. He calls it the Mexican style of fighting, is getting hit and going forward. You saw the kicking ability of Henry with Dominic Cruz. He's got a lot of ways to win. So we're definitely going to push it this fight. I know he's not going to be happy with the decision, so he wants to go out there and make a statement.
Obviously, big implications here. Main event. I know Henry's lost 2 in a row, but he's also a former champion. That carries some weight too. And obviously, we got a lot going on in the bantamweight division. But a win, could that get him back in title contention? You think? I know he lost to Merab, but obviously, there's still a potential of a rematch there too, right?
I hope so. The 35 division is so stacked. I mean, I don't know if one win gets you back, but Henry definitely has a name. He's a 2-time champion. I think there has to be a lot of moving parts and maybe a last minute substitution, but I think he needs more than one win, but you never know in this sport. So we'll see. What
did you make of Merab's win over Umar Nurmagomedov? He was an underdog in that fight and ended up getting it done.
Oh, phenomenal. Everybody counts Merab out too. And he just always kind of upsets everybody. Merab's a great champion. He looked great.
What do you make of them potentially doing the O'Malley rematch next? Some people feel like Piotr Jan should get that shot. Just kind of looking at the division, do you think that's the right call? I get it too, because obviously O'Malley's a pretty big name too, right?
Yeah, Sean's always in the mix for the title contention. He's such a crowd favorite. I know he pushes the needle. A lot of this sport is what it's all about, especially when it comes to title shots. So, and he's got the style to do it. I mean, I think Sean can beat anybody in the division as well. When he's on, he's on. I think everybody always kind of judges people. You're only as good as your last fight, but he lost to Merab. I mean, everybody's lost to Merab. Shook will be back for sure.
Okay. And then just quick thoughts. Obviously, we had the fight last weekend with Adesanya and Imavov. Adesanya getting knocked out after I thought he won that first round. What do you think? What was sort of your take on Adesanya? He's lost a couple in a row now. Imavov looks like he's in title contention. What did you think of that whole fight?
I saw bits and pieces of it. I didn't get to see the whole first round. I heard he looked great the first round. Again, it's a tough one. I heard a couple of interviews from Izzy saying that his chin is gone and stuff like that. But Izzy's one of the best strikers, one of the best champions we've seen in that division. I think he can beat anybody.
Yeah.
He's on a skid right now. I think he's lost 4 out of the last 5.
Yeah.
But if your chin is technically gone, I told Zombie this, we should retire, but or you can just fight in a different way. We also told him that too. Like, you can't be a pure striker. You got to kind of mix it in a little bit, but it's entirely up to him, whatever he wants to do. But he's done everything in this sport. But yeah, I would never bet against Izzy. He's one of my favorite fighters also.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see, because again, I thought he looked good in the DDP fight. Ended up losing that, but I thought on the feet he was getting the better of him. So it was just a tough loss to see, and we'll see what his plans are going forward. You mentioned Zombie. What's he up to these days? Obviously, he's retired. I know. Do you guys still keep in touch and everything?
Yeah, we talk on a weekly basis.
Oh, cool.
He's going to be cornering March, I think the week before Mexico City.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go out to Mexico City with us. Kelvin Gastleum is fighting out there, so he's going to support Kelvin, and we're going to hang out. But I think the week before he's in Vegas.
Yeah, that's
right. Sting.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, still doing the coaching stuff. Sticking with Fight Ready, you mentioned him there. Gastelum, obviously, big fight with Joe Pyfer coming up here. It seems like middleweight is probably the better move for him. Doesn't have to worry as much about the weight cut. How's Kelvin looking ahead of his big fight?
Kelvin's great. He's grinding. He's such a gamer. It's a super tough fight, I think. But it's a winnable fight. And he's grinding. Yeah, I do agree. I think 85 is a lot easier lifestyle for him. But I honestly still think he can make 70s, and he can make a serious run there. But I'm not the one that has to cut weight. So if you want to stay at 85, I'm okay with that as well.
What's the latest with Tracey Cortez? Obviously, I think people are excited to see her get back in there soon, especially with the fact that a girl that she beat not that long ago, Jasmine Jasvidius, just got a big win herself this past weekend. So I think people are excited to see what's going on with Tracey.
Yeah, Tracey had surgery a while back. She's recovering, but she's been training literally every day. I know I don't know exactly when, but I know she'll be back soon.
Okay, good to hear. And anyone else I missed at Fight Ready? You mentioned Adam Fugit. I did speak to him ahead of this fight, so I'm looking forward to that fight at UFC Seattle. He's got that new opponent now. Who else do you have coming up for Fight Ready?
Korean Tiger, I think we got a fight offer for him.
Nice.
Alatang Haley, we're waiting for an opponent still. Richilong, still waiting for an opponent. Mahachete, waiting for an opponent. A lot of guys are on standby right now.
Right,
so might be busy in May, June.
Okay, well, there we go. Coach, thanks so much for doing this. We're looking forward to the fight at UFC Seattle, February 22nd. Anything you got to plug? I know you got stuff going on outside the cage as well. By all means, I'll give you the last word.
No, I don't do a lot of interviews anymore. I don't post on social media. I'm so bad. I'm just old. So, no, if you're ever in Arizona, come by Fight Ready. Come take a class, and hope to see everybody soon.